Yo, what up, y'all? We jumping into some more Back 4 Blood. In this one, we're going over what you want to do when you're first starting off on the game. So, all the cards, all the different decks, all the different cosmetics, weapon skins, character skins. You're going to get all these from supply lines. So, you'll go in here with your supply points that you get. Now those supply points, you get those from either doing like campaign missions, you can do multiplayer, you can do the Trials of the Worm. You can ultimately do anything in the game. You'll get supply points. And then also too, there's a Skull Totem store. In there you can get more cards, more exclusive skins. You can get like the Hot Rod Flame skins, which I'll go over those. And then the third way to get like cards, cosmetics is going to be by returning duffel bags. So there's going to be 3 different things that you want to do. You want to A, do different missions, do multiplayer, do trials, get supply points. You want to B, return duffel bags. So there's going to be different bags that are going to be scattered throughout the map. Mostly they appear in Act 5. So when I was farming these, I would just do Act 5 over and over and over again. You'll get duffel bags, you'll get supply points, and then also too, the third thing you want to do, there's going to be different tunnels around the map. So if you have the expansion, if you have the full game downloaded, there's going to be different purple tunnels that you can go into, which is going to be another map. And inside of there, what you're going to find is skull totems. So like you can carry them around, they're a melee weapon. There's going to be 3 of them per map. So each time you do a tunnel, you can get 3 of them. And then if there's another tunnel inside of that tunnel, which, yeah, no, you'll definitely be able to go into the inner layer, see that. So yeah, you'll be able to get even more totems. So you just want to get the totems, you want to get the duffel bags, and you want to get supply points. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over the cards. So I'll see if I could try to remember exactly where you get the cards from, which one comes from bags, which one comes from totems. Now, mostly all of these cards are all going to come from supply line. So just regular supply point, supply line, you get all of those cards. Now, when you get to pumped up, stealthy passage, those are going to come from totems. And then the stimulants, fill them up with lead, suppressing fire, you're going to get these from duffel bags. So we're going to keep moving along. All of these cards are going to come from just the supply line. And then when you get to overprotective, that's going to come from totems. But then stun gun, frequency, T5, disruptor, hazmat, those are all going to come from duffel bags. So a lot of the newer old cards are going to come from the totems. And then the newer cards, or the most recent cards, are going to come from duffel bags. So Wasteland Chef, Phosphorus Tip, those are going to come from duffel bags. Now all the other cards in between, these are all just going to come from the regular supply line that you can just open in the store. Sadist, this is going to come from totems. Let me see. Bravado, Well Rested, and the Fit as a Fiddle, those are all going to come from totems. But everything else on this page, so the Therapy, Out with a Bang, Drone Spotter, Ether, these are all going to come from duffel bags. Now down in the comments again, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've unlocked cards, but I'm pretty certain this is going to be where they come from. Pinata, Magician's Apprentice, these are going to come from skull totems. And then the rest of them, the Module, Belligerent, Scavenger, and the Ugly Chalkies, those are all going to come from duffel bags. So, you know, I would say, instead of trying to necessarily, you know, farm like a certain card or try to get like a certain thing, I would say your best bet is probably just go into Act 5, jump on like Veteran or Recruit, and just run through and do everything. Return duffels, complete missions, and then go through the tunnels and do the inner layers, you know, return all the totems, get 3 of them every single map. As you do that for like a good, probably like week, you'll have literally everything. So in my supply line, as you can see, I'm not getting cards, I'm not getting cosmetics, you get burn cards. So after you unlock everything, all you'll be able to get in there is going to be burn cards. But as you go through the game, you know, you're going to have to get tons of weapon skins, tons of different character cosmetics, a lot of the like side outfits that don't actually, like they're not actually an outfit, like a Z-Watt or like the Griller or something like that. You know, you'll have to get like the socks, you know, the shoes, the blah, 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 the hat. So it's definitely tons and tons of cosmetics, but ultimately they're all just going to come from the supply lines. They're going to come from the totem store, or they're going to come from returning duffel bags. So as you can see, it's just a ton of different skins that you'll have to go through and get. So it's going to be really hard, you know, if you're looking for like a certain skin, or you know what I mean, you really like this Carly skin, you really like this Holly skin, you really like this shotgun skin. It's extremely hard to just farm like one certain thing. You'll basically just have to unlock a bunch of different things until you find that certain thing. Now, I think the best weapon skins probably are going to be like the Hot Rod Flames. So on different weapons like the machete, the bat, on the Vector, on the M16, on the Barrett, on a couple different weapons, there's going to be these Hot Rod Flame skins that you can open up. Now these are cool because I think they look a little bit cooler, like whenever you're out on the map and stuff and you're swinging the weapon or shooting the weapon. You're going to get these from totems. So, and the thing is those are the end of the different totem stores. So once you unlock everything, your totem store, it's just like one tracker. You just unlock whatever burn cards, you know, legendary weapons, so on and so forth on there. But while you're still unlocking things in the totem store, is going to be different trackers that you use. And those are going to be the ends of those different trackers. So it's going to take you a while. It's a bunch of totems, like 500 totems. So it's definitely a grind. Now, once you are getting into like the character skins. So when you're looking at the character skins, the one at the bottom in between the expansion skins, that one is going to come from duffel bags. And then the one that's right above the Z-Watt skin, so like No Mercy for Holly, or like the Tough as Nails for Mom, those are going to come from the totems. So the lowest skin for the character is going to come from duffel bags, and then the one that's next to the Z-Watt, those are going to come from totems. So if you're looking to specifically get like, you know, a certain character skin, that's where they're going to come from. I think the ones that come from the duffel bag are probably the dope ones. And then the one that comes from the totems, those aren't bad, but, you know, they're a little bit older, so kind of just up to you. Now, the thing about Hang, Charisse, and Tala, and also Prophet, they, you know what I mean, the game pretty much ended as far as like new content by the time it was, you know, time for them to get skins. So they don't really have anything, which I think is so unfortunate if you like those characters. I personally, you know, would have loved to see a Charisse skin. Down in the comments, let me know what you guys think about the skins. Also, let me know if I missed any cards, or let me know if I missed where to get them. It's been a long time since I unlocked like cards or cosmetics. I've had everything for a minute. But like I said, it's a couple different ways for you to get supply points. You know, I think the easiest way would be to just do the campaign, because you're going to have to return duffel bags, and you're also going to have to get totems anyways. So you might as well just do the campaign. But, you know, if you want to do Trials of the Worm, you can get supply points. If you want to do matchmaking multiplayer, which I'm not even certain if anybody plays that, let me know if you do in the comments. I haven't played that in definitely over a year. So you could do that. Or you can just do a campaign. So like I was saying, if you don't really have any of the cards or any of the newer cards to do really good builds, you could just use regular cards, you know, run through on recruit, run through on veteran, farm up some supply points and some totems. And then once you do unlock more of the goated cards, then that's when you can up the difficulty. You know, once you get a good deck, you know, watch one of my videos on here, find yourself a good deck, and then you can jump on Nightmares, start getting Z-Watts, or you can even jump on No Hope so you can get your emblem, so you can get your banner. So yeah, that's what I would do if I was starting out. I would just straight up farm recruit or farm veteran. I would get a bunch of supply points. I would use those, open up a bunch of supply points so then I can get the cards. And then once you get the cards, then, you know, that's when you can up the difficulty. So now if you're just trying to actually farm by yourself, what you can do, go into preferences, put it on crossplay disabled. So just take off the crossplay and then put no voice preferred. It's probably going to take like maybe 5 minutes to join the match, but you could join by yourself and then you'll get bots. Now the thing about the bots is they teleport to you. So if you're doing like a speed build, if you're just trying to run through and grab totems, you're just trying to run through and get the supply points, just turn off the crossplay, put it on no voice, do a speed build, and then you can just run through and play by yourself if that's what you really want to do. Now as far as builds, me personally, I just melee. So this is the build that I would go to if I was just going to be running through. If I'm just trying to farm up supply points, I'll do this on like Nightmare or No Hope. I'll just run through on something like this. It doesn't really matter who you use. I personally, like whenever I'm farming up, getting the supply points, doing the lines and stuff, if you're still needing to get the skins for like doing 250 missions on somebody, or you know, something like that, you're trying to do like a specific character achievement or whatever, I would just run through on whoever you need that for. But if not, you know, you could just do Holly, Evangelo, so on and so forth. Now if you don't have the newer cards yet but you still want to run through, you know, you could take out the hazmat suit, you could take off all the cards that, you know, you may not have yet, and then you could even do like more of like a speed type of build. You know, you can throw in a couple other cards that are going to work really well. So, you know, it's kind of just up to you. You know, if you're going to be doing like recruit veteran, I would definitely throw on more speed so you can do the missions faster, get more supply points, get more totems, and that way you can unlock things faster. Or, you know, if you're going to be doing it at a higher difficulty for more supply points, I would either do that first build. But if you don't have those newer cards, I will put these cards in there. So like the spiky bits, hydration pack, the numb. You could do like motorcycle jacket. You could do vanguard. You could do overprotective. You know, you could do heavy hitter, berserker. There's a bunch of different cards you can use. It's fully up to you. But I would definitely go something like berserker, maybe get more damage. So you do something like that. Or like I was saying, you know, if you're going to be doing on like recruit, veteran, you know, you may not need as much resistance. You really may not even need that much damage. You could just grab more speed cards and then just run through like that. So hopefully this video helps you guys out if you're starting out on the game. Down in the comments, let me know what else you guys want to see. You know, anything that's stopping you guys up on getting those SWAT skins. I definitely can make some more videos. Another thing too, you know, make sure you guys smack the like button on this video. I got 2 more really good builds that I've been trying out too. I've been jumping back into it here and there. I got a nice Doc melee build that I've been doing. It's actually pretty goated too, because I was doing it on No Hope, and you actually are able to like heal people. You can do the damage. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button so you guys can see that video. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in, and I'll see you on that next video. Peace.